Okay, since we know how to remove the comment and delete it from our server, and as you remember, we were referring to the ID of the comment, to the unique ID of the comment, so we will do this from our application. Okay, first of all, we need to integrate one function which allows the application to swipe and remove or delete the cell. Okay, so I will come to the table views protocols right after self-forward index path. Here I will write a new protocol which is can edit raw at index path. So write can edit raw at index path. So this is another protocol, native protocol of the table view. So here we return true, so it means we allow our application to edit cells. Edit cells or allow to edit cells. Okay, very good. So editing cells can be having a different meanings. So here we will declare typically deleting the cell. Okay, so we will write now a new protocol which is table view, or you can write editing style. That is the one. The second one, which starts with a commit editing style, that is the one, the table views protocol. So we click enter. Here we are declaring action for the deleting cell. Okay. And here, to identify that this action was particularly for deleting the cell, so here we'll write an if statement. If editing style, here we'll refer to this reference variable, which is of type UI editing style. It has the property which called delete. If editing style is delete, here we enable delete function, then we want to execute certain action. Here cell or comment gets deleted. Here we are enabling delete action of the cell, which means swipe to delete. Brilliant. So we will now go to the top of our class, and here right after comments we will create a new variable which will be IDs. So we are creating a new variable which is IDs, and this variable, which is of type array, will store in it all the IDs of the comments. So IDs equals to, in the square brackets we'll write ID, then opening and closing the round brackets. Okay, we need now assign whenever our posts or whenever our comments are getting loaded, we need to assign every single ID of each comment to this array. Okay, so we have already done the same work with the other information like the first name, last name comment, Ava, URL, etc., etc. So we will go now to the function which is called load posts. Here we are. Yeah, here we go. We're going to the load posts, and here right at the bottom, once we append the Avas URL, here we will append the IDs as well. So here we'll write self.ids.append. Then we'll write every comment. Then in the square brackets, we refer to the value which is ID. Our value stored under the key ID, and we need to cast it as an integer, as and like that. Okay, very good. So we are now appending all the IDs to the array which is called ID. Okay, so we will now head to the function which will be responsible for deleting the comment. And here, right after load comments, I'll write a new function which is delete comments, then opening and closing the round brackets, then opening a curly brackets. So this function will be responsible for deleting cell and the comment from the database. Okay, so here, as you know, first we need to prepare request. So here we'll write a URL. Let URL open the round brackets, select the URL with the, let URL equals to URL, then open the round bracket, select the method with the string. So here we'll write the URL, which is http colon // localhost /fb then comments.php. Great. So then we will head to the body, let body equals to, then in the quotation marks we'll write ID, the ID of the post. Here I'll skip this, then we'll put and action will be delete. Okay, so here we need to get the ID of the posts. So this ID we can get right over here. Before the URL, I'll create a new constant, let ID equals to IDs, then in the square brackets we will write index path row of this particular ID. To access the index path row, here we will write index path of type index path. Here we go. And now we can easily access the ID of the particular swiped cell. So as you see, so we can now, for example, if it is, let's say, first cell, so here if we swipe it, it will be 0. But how we can pass ID here? Very simply, we're coming back to our function, which is editing style, and here we will call the function delete comment. We will name it delete comment, and here as an index path reference variable we will pass this index path of the swiped cell. Unbelievable and amazing. So index path. Okay, we're coming back to our delete comments function, and we can now build and run. It shows some error, yeah, because we need here to insert the ID, the shortcut which we have got now created. And if we build now, we will be able to build it without any issues. So now we'll create the request. Var request will be equals to URL request, open the round bracket, select URL, URL. And here URL, we will put exclamation mark down there. Okay, so we need now to declare the type of the passing the information. So we called it HTTP method will be equals post. Then we'll write request.http body will be our body which we have created, and we will convert it to be unable to read any alphabets data using UTF-8 encoding. So this means to allow all the alphabets to be readable. Okay, so after that we will send the request. So here we'll write URL session.share.data task with the URL request and the completion handler. We have done this 100 times and we will do it 101st. Request, here we're referring to the request which we have got just now created, and the completion handler data will be for data, response will be response, and error will be for the error. These all three variables are we're receiving from the server, and whatever will be processing all the processes of this URL session, we will pass it in the background queue. So we'll write dispatch queue.main.asynchronously, and here we will work on this. And don't forget to write don't resume, otherwise this URL session won't be executed. Okay, here I will write launch request. Okay, here as usual we will check for the error. If error is not nil, then open curly brackets. Here we will show the error message. Then here I'll write the comment error occurred, and after that we will write do open curly brackets, and here immediately we'll write catch. Okay, and in the catch we will return as well. For do here we will use a save mode to cast the data received from the server. Okay, we are creating a new variable data will be equals to the data received from the server. That is the one. Else we want to return, which means there is some error casting this data. Okay, since we've done that one, then we will go to access the JSON which we have received. So we write let JSON equals to try JSON serialization dot. Then we'll write JSON object with data and options. Data, the data which we just now saved and casted, data, and the options will be allow fragments. And we want to cast this JSON as being as question mark and as dictionary. Beautiful. So, and here we can print out our JSON which we have just now accessed. Okay, what I will now here, since in order to save our time, I'll just copy the show alert messages and I will paste it here. So for catch error, it will be JSON error, because if it cannot proceed with the data in JSON, it will catch an error. So for the data here, we will replace the title like data error, and this is how we will show back the message to the user. Here we'll put exclamation mark to force downcast it as it is requires us to do so. For the error here, we will write server error and exclamation mark as well to force downcast it. Here I'll write a comment: safe mode of accessing and fetching data from the server. Fetching means fetching to a new variable or to a new constant. Here we are receiving or converting data to JSON. Here we got the JSON error. Here we are processing JSON and data, or processing data and JSON then. Okay, very good. So we can now build and run our code, and we will be able successfully to delete it. And we will build and run our project, and as we said, we'll be now able to delete the comment without any issue. Okay, so I'll go to any of my posts where I'm having the comments. So for example, here we go. And the comment which I have, let's say this ADD, DAD, DAS, etc. So I'll just swipe it to delete this, and we'll read the printout. Amazing. Comment has been deleted successfully. So we will now make sure that it got deleted from the database as well. So this was the comment, which is having ID 124. I'll refresh the table and 124 is disappeared. Very good, guys. So this is how we can delete the comment from the backend. Probably you will have a question, so why the cell didn't get deleted? Okay, so we'll now move to the front end part, and we will remove the cell from the table view itself. Okay, in order to remove the cell from the table view, it is the rule number 1 to remove all the datas in this cell. I mean arrays. Okay, so let's say if the request has been prepared, so then we will remove the cell from the front end. And here we will do cleanup of the arrays. It means datas in the background of the app. Datas which are stored in the cell, or which is the cell is fetching. Okay, first we will remove the avas dot remove at index path dot row. Then we will remove the URL of the ava to download avas URL dot remove at index path dot row. Then we will remove the full names dot remove at index path dot row. Then we will head to the comments dot remove at index path dot row. Great. And what do you think? What else we must remove? Okay, so we also must remove the ID of this ava. Do you remember we have created a new variable which is ID, and we are appending the ID of the comment to this array of the IDs. So we are keeping these IDs hidden in the background in order to remove the comment based on the ID of this comment, which in our case, which I deleted, was 124. Okay, so we need to remove that one as well. So we write IDs.remove at index path.row. Okay, so this is we removed the data. After this, we must remove the physical cell itself. Okay, here we'll write remove the cell itself. Okay, so first we need to remove it from the table view. So any changes which are affecting the table view must follow with the function which called tableview.begin updates. Okay, so begin updates, and now we can do our manipulation. So we want to remove the cell or delete the row. Tableview.delete rows. As you see, we can declare multiple rows to be deleted based on the index path. So in case, for example, I'll give you here one instance. If let's say let index 1 equals to index path, open the round bracket. Here is, let's say, row 0, which means the first cell. This will be index 2, and the second cell. 0 for states for one first cell, 1 states for the second cell. And here we can, let's say, remove 2 cells, index 1, then comma, index 2, and we keep this in the square brackets. So this is array of the cells. But in our case, we don't want to delete several rows. What we want to do is we want to remove the certain swiped cell. Okay, so I'll remove this, and we're already getting the index path of the swiped cell. So here in the square brackets we will declare index path. This is our reference variable of the swiped cell. So this is the rule here to keep it in the square brackets because it is array of the index path. If you want to delete some other cells, you can put comma and list them as well. So with the animation, we will write automatic animation. So since the row got deleted, we will now end updates. And updates, table view dot end updates. Okay, I'll now build and run the code, and we will be able successfully to remove the comment and remove the cell of this comment. Okay, I'll go to any of the posts which I'm having the comments. Okay, I got that one. Hello, my new comment. I'll swipe this, and beautiful. The comment got deleted. Comment has been deleted, and we will check this. I update, and one of these got deleted. Beautiful. Okay, but now we'll have one challenging task. Let's say I'll write a new comment. Hello, my latest comment. And I will publish this comment. That is the one. And it got inserted in the database. That is the one. Okay, I will now swipe to delete this comment. Now the app will crash. Okay, what is the main reason here? The very important thing is we need to understand the logic, the logic and the way we've built the app with. Okay, I'll stop our task. So what we are doing is we'll go to the load comments. Whenever we're going to our comments page, these are the comments. Everything got loaded thanks to that function, which is a load comments. And when we are successfully parsed JSON, here we are fetching every single information from the database related to the single comment, every single comment of the post. Okay, so here we are fetching the full names, comments, Avast URL, then IDs. Avast are generated in the front end because we load them from the URL and then we cache them. I'm coming back to the load comments. And the IDs, we are loading IDs of all of the comments, which are these ones. We're loading them from the database. But when I write a new comment, last comment, we are unable to load the ID of this comment. We are unable to load the ID of this comment because IDs are always loaded whenever we load all comments. All comments function executed only when we are opening the comments VC. So what do you think, what will be the good option for this? Do you think the good option will be to recall, to rerun this load comments function always whenever we write new messages? No, it will be a terrible way of programming. So there is actually a solution in the PHP, file. So we will now head to our PHP development environment. In my case, it's an NetBeans. We will go to the comments.php. We will open comments.php. We'll go to the step 2 where we insert, delete, or show comments. That is the one. And we'll go particularly to the insert comment. In the PHP, there is a one line function, which will show you, or which will throw back to you, the ID of the recently or of the just now inserted row in the table view. So let's say we will insert now a new comment. Immediately this will throw back this ID. Brilliant. Let's write this line of the code. Okay, I will write it for this if statement where everything went successfully, because we can return the ID only if it is inserted successfully. So I'll write here one more return key, which will be new underscore comment underscore ID. New comment ID will be equals to MySQLi underscore insert underscore ID. And as a variable here in the round brackets, we will write $access, then arrow con. Okay, I'll now take you through this line. So we are assigning under the key the following value. MySQLi insert, it refers to the SQL statement which we have run the recently, which is insert, that will be. It will access the ID of the insert command of the latest SQL statement. But there might be hundreds of statements. No, the SQL statements which was run through our established connection. This con states in the access.php, that one states for the connection. Here we go, the established connection. Okay, so this will return, that is the one. You see con, prepare it, so then we execute it. So it will return the ID of the insert SQL command, which was the latest one, or we just got executed. Beautiful. So now, and we will save this file, save it. And have you noticed, look, here is new comment, last comment, and this is the last row. When I will come back and I will come back again, then now it's showing as the first row. Well, let's just fix this point as well. We're going now to access.php. We'll go to the method which is select comments. That is the one, select comments. We'll go to the last line, which is order by date created. Here instead of descending, we must write ASC, which states for the ascending order. And it will be now sorted. I will save this file without rerun. Now it's showing the proper way. Okay. So what we will do is we will rerun it, and I'll go now to insert comment, and here let's write print parsed JSON. Let's write this because we want to see what we are getting back as a throwback. Okay, let's write here a comment which is first comment for pictured post. Send it. And here, amazing, here we got it. New comment ID 128. And we're going to the database and we'll refresh the table. That is the one. 128, my first comment for the pictured cell. And this is for the post which has ID 9. We're going to the posts ID 9, my new post. That is the one. Brilliant, guys, brilliant. Okay, so what we need to do now, after we got it loaded, we need to append this to our variable, which is variable of arrays, which is IDs. Okay, so here command got inserted successfully. successfully inserted. And here we'll create a new constant, let new underscore comment underscore ID equals to parsed JSON, and we are accessing the key, that is the one, new comment ID. So I put double quotation marks, and in this I just copy this key and I insert it here. And we want to cast it as the integer because it is integer. How we can know it's integer or not, we're going to the comments, we're going to the structure, ID, it is of type integer. So we must keep the priority. Or another point is if this is having a quotation marks and message is not having this, so this is integer. Okay, so we need now to append this constant to our array. Self.ids.append new comment ID. You might have a question, why sometimes we write self or sometimes we don't write self. Self, this is the reference of the current class. When we write self, we can access any variables of these of this class, like all of these. And let's say if we will not write self, and here we can create new variable IDs, and here let's say, for example, I'll write like this, and here if I will write IDs, the Xcode will get confused. So that's why we need to tell that we're accessing the array of this class. Okay, and when we're going under the curly brackets several times, like here once, twice, thrice, 4 times, so we always must make a reference that this is IDs, this is the variable of the class. Okay, so what we have done here is we're accessing the latest or newest, or just type the comments ID and appending it to the array of all IDs. So here we are accessing the latest or newest inserted comments ID and assigning it to the global, to the IDs variable of arrays. Okay, brilliant. What we will do now, I will write a new comment, second comment for the pictured post, and I'll send this. Okay, and I'll make sure that it got affected my database, in the database. And I will immediately, I'll swipe to delete this. Now we are okay, so after, let's see what's wrong here. Yeah, we haven't built and we haven't run it after we appended the ID to our IDs. We must rebuild. Whenever we write a code in the Xcode, we must rebuild this. Okay, so that is the one. I'm able successfully to delete this comment, and that is the one. That is the line. That is the one, and it will be removed. Okay, it got removed. Very good. And I will retype another comment, and I'll check. So we have wrote it now, and immediately we'll remove this. Brilliant, and it got deleted. Brilliant, guys. Amazing, amazing. So that is the outstanding result. And one more thing what I would like you to pay the attention. Whenever we will be progressing with the code, with the farther we go, the better improvement we make for the app. Okay, let's write the following comment. First line, second line. I will now send this comment, and you see that keeps the same. So there is very easy way to improve this. So let's say whenever we send the message or whenever insert command is executed, here we clean up our comments text view. So what we can do now, let's say I will type something and it will get fixed. Now, okay, Whenever we type something, there is one function which is executed, which is text view did change. Okay, so this function makes a calculation of the height of this text view. Okay, so we'll just simply recall this in the insert comments method. Okay, I'm coming to the insert comment function. Right after we clean this up, we will write text view did change, and as a text view reference variable, we will send our comment text view, and we will build and run this. Okay, so this is our I was just checking the likes. Brilliant. And here we're going to the comments. Here I'll write first line, second, and third, and I will send this. As you see, it got updated. Brilliant. Okay, so we have now done with this, and the comments view controller is completed successfully, and we have done outstanding work, guys. This is something which is very rare and very super professional and very required materials which we learn now. So congratulations, it was really amazing job we have completed now. Good job, guys. I'm very happy from you. Let's keep progressing.